right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Princes of Azemar, Season 5, Episode 5, The Necromancer's Legion.
Ugh, that's bad. No version of that that's good.
I'm not role-playing yet. So, let's go ahead and start with a round of intros. Lily will be up in just a minute, but in the top left, played by Lily and Alex, we've got the twin blacksmith fighters. They're the Eldris brothers. You've probably heard of them. In the top right, visually moving in a speed of seconds per frame, but his audio's pretty much fine, we've got the warlock with more vices than virtues, Koros Ravenrock, played by Bobby.
Woo!
None of you saw that gesture because my frames are bad.
Nope.
We saw this one. We saw this
Magic,
one.
Okay.
Oh, I saw this one.
I think we're getting different
now
frames.
Long, slow this.
I am many things to many people.
All right. In the bottom row, similarly having connection issues because everybody's at their parents' houses, and the reason that I'm trying to speak slowly and clearly, Nicole playing the paladin formerly of the Morning Lord, formerly of Mother Night, and now of Ill Mater. The god she carries with her, it's Irina.
Hey.
And last but not least, formerly known as Dirk Courage, the fashion dragon himself, Nadam Ilrio Nazir, played by Lincoln.
Yeah.
Brandon, unfortunately, will not be joining us tonight. Something about his Christmas present involves a surprise tonight, so he's off doing that.
God, my brother didn't even bring me along for his Christmas present. What the hell?
That's a very interesting statement.
So Burnham Shortwick will be back next week. With that, let's get underway. When we last left the party, they were in the city of Angate. Ho ho!
Hey, there it is.
Beautiful this time of year. Come
And
see scenic orcs' corpses.
The city where the ancient bridge built by the dwarves lands in the West Azemar part of the continent. They had just taken the city back from the orcs. They also were involved in clearing out some orcs from the temple that had holed up in there, defeating and capturing the priest of Grumpsh, known as, I'm scrolling quickly, Gorza, and bringing him to the dwarves to be interrogated. However, while you were involved in this, there was a large shake, a bang, a rumble through the city. I can't shake my desk enough. It's sturdy today. There we go. And a section of the bridge was destroyed. Collapsed, detonated,
By Rogar.
falling on top of some of these dwarven ships in the docks.
Everything's an inside job to Koros.
Yeah.
Shortly thereafter,
I was gonna say.
when you were just getting ready to clear out another group of orcs holed up in the palace, there was the sound of orcish horns and of human horns and of orcish drums in the distance, and orcs began to crawl up out of the ruins of the park in the city and swarm out of various buildings here in the city. And as you flew class feature, Koros is familiar, off the east, past the city walls, and out over the valley, you saw a large orcish army flooding out of the caves in the mountains to the east and amassing their force in the valley there. That's where we last left the party, and you were running for the city gates. And you guys could hear that?
I heard that.
Theo
Vital personal shit with that.
received a sending spell from Esmeralda, who had just arrived in planar customs far to the east in the city of Isik, and was just sending a sending spell to be like, hey, I brought your whole family and we're stuck here. And I think that phone call ended when she said, oh, Emerald, and then hung up. She did indeed say, Theo did indeed say, beware people in blue cloaks.
Did we ever determine if Emerald was wearing blue when we last saw him, or red?
Blue.
Emerald was wearing
He
his
walked
regular cloak when you last saw him.
He's
Okay.
much more of a dusty blue kind of guy.
Now, when the players last saw him, that at the end of the last season, I gave you guys a little vignette over in the throne room, but he wasn't wearing blue robes there either. So,
But didn't he walk in at the very end of last episode?
not
Wearing blue robes?
Not visually.
you didn't
Oh, right,
see
yeah.
him. You saw blue-robed and red-robed wizards,
Yeah.
but you didn't see Emerald specifically. All right, so with that, I'd like to give you guys a bit of geography that I drew up. Voila! Over here, this little section surrounded in red is the city of Angate. There's about as much light as we're
ruins of
gonna get.
Endgame.
You are a master artist.
Lower city, upper city, bridge. The red lines going out are roads. The purple down here and up here is, like mountain hill area, landmass. This greenish bluish thing is the ocean. I had a green pen. And this green river is actually green because of algae blooms that make it turn green
In the fall.
in the fall. This river is called, wait for it, right there. Shantae's locks, as in her hair. The river flows down through the valley. There is a river gatehouse to cross the river, because the river crosses between these two areas. And then over here, there's a narrow point in the valley called Borix Pass. And over here, where the valley widens out, and the river hugs the side of the other mountain there, this is you could just see one of the caves here. There's more caves, off the end. This is where the Orcish army is amassing, forming up
Question.
into ranks. Yes.
Was Shantae famous for her wet hair?
Shantae is a nature goddess.
Is there a lot of salmon in that river? No.
Is that the locks
Okay.
joke?
Yeah.
Locks, I get it.
The best I got, man.
Sure. Why not? It's also called
Delicious
Shantae's Locks because there's all these little streams coming off of the mountains that make the river
Oh, she's got split ends.
be a river. Yep. Exactly. One other point of order. We've talked about Fort Armory Barracks Jail.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have been pronouncing it a little bit incorrectly. The name of the man who founded the fort is Armand Burixgel.
Got it.
I refuse to engage seriously with this.
Hence why the fort is named Fort Burik, and the area coming in is Burix Pass. It's okay. Lots of people call it Fort Armory Barracks Jail. It's a bastardization of his name.
Local joke.
Local joke. He is sort of a legend-like figure. This, courageous mountain man who came out the pass and made his homestead here, and that eventually became the fort. But I will forgive you for that mispronunciation of Armand Burixgel.
You're a generous DM.
I'm tickled by this.
That's all I got.
Well, now that we've driven away all our viewers,
Yeah, I believe we were rushing to the gates.
All right. As you
There
go
were
running
orc zombies.
down the street. Oh my goodness, food is coming to me. Tonight's episode is sponsored by burgers, America's favorite pastime.
nice,
Oh, wow.
nice.
Wait, are we doing product placement now?
Dude, I had a burger
Apparently.
too.
Only
I'd
for
like to do
broad
it
subjects
in
like
product
burgers
or-
or love.
What's
Where
that?
it goes, that's the candle.
No, it's an actual brand though. You can't.
Pickles, though. Pickles would be fine.
All right.
Tonight's game, sponsored by Pickles.
So as you guys start running
Conceptually.
down the roads and streets of Angate, heading for those eastern gates, you see a few of these orcs popping out of buildings around you, and you get a closer look at them. You realize that these orcs aren't quite alive. They appear to be... They already have deadly wounds on their body, and they're shambling their way out of these buildings and up out of these holes in the ground. They are zombie orcs. Undead. They appear to have been raised
By Necromancer?
by some sort of necromancer. A whole legion of them, in fact.
Holy shit.
Was it spelled like lesion, like a wound?
That would be a really good idea, except that I didn't type it that way when I... That's why there's an edit button, I suppose.
You don't know that.
Have you guys heard that necromancer joke? The one where like the necromancer's talking to mom, and the mom's like, "Wow, it's really difficult to raise a family," and the necromancer's like, "Not if they're buried close enough together."
All right. In fact, as you're running, one of them lunges out at Aridin, and Aridin, whoom, sword out. You're able to just slash it very quickly and easily. And even with one slash of your blade, this thing falls, simply.
Good news, everyone! They're pushovers!
You think that whatever energy it took to raise this many orcs all at once has left all these individual undead orcs with not a lot of strength or energy in them.
Excellent.
It must be a distraction of some kind.
Or they're just hoping that the numbers will overwhelm us.
That would also be bad.
A lot of ants can do a lot of damage.
True.
Yeah, I think still head to the gates, right?
As
Are they?
go ahead.
Is the whole army that's massing on the other side of Berwick's Pass right now?
Yes, the amassing army is all the way out here by the caves on the far side of Burrick's Pass. So you've got Burrick's Pass here, you've got the River Gatehouse, and then you have the walls of Angate.
Okay.
Alright. You all keep heading to the gates, and as you get to the city gates, you're right next to where on one side, you see the arena, or rather the ruins of the arena, because you guys blew it up. You can see one side of it still sort of standing, the other side has sort of fallen in onto this rubble. And then on the other side of the road, you see various stables. In front of you, the big gatehouse, the main gates to the city. The doors are currently open.
Let's go in there.
Are there any horses in the stables or no?
There are indeed horses in
Also,
the stables.
we should message Rogar,
Oh, that's helpful.
Rogar Bridgebreaker, as this we refer to him, and tell him that we think the
Yeah.
zombie orcs are generally weak and a distraction, and
You're
it's
able-
worth dealing with, but almost certainly a
I
thing.
agree.
You're able to quickly convey that information to him, and he says, "Aye, they may be easy to push over, but there's a large number of them.
True.
We're getting in reports from all over the city."
So are there horses?
Is there a way to attract them all to one place?
There are indeed horses. Are you asking Rogar that, Theo?
Yes.
Okay, so he says, "I'm not sure if they're attracted by anything in particular. They just seem to be shambling out and attacking whatever they see."
This is one of those you have to repeat the question situations.
Using class feature, do we know
Well,
where the
what did Lily
largest
ask
group of them is?
Rogar? I didn't hear it. I don't know if anyone else actually. heard
Sorry,
it
there's a
through your screen,
really big lag for you, Lily. Just so you know.
Oh,
Once you say
I
something,
can refresh.
a very long lag until it... Oh, okay.
Theo, no!
She asked something about class feature. Class feature is currently way out by Borick's Pass to be able to see the large army currently.
And if they started moving it, or are they still assembling?
They're just assembling. They haven't started moving yet. They're assembling into, ranks and groups and battalions and I wrote down the sizes of these things. Not battalions. Those are big. No, yeah, battalions. They're arranging into battalions.
Okay. So, a quick thought that I have is I have a hallucinatory terrain spell.
Ooh.
Now, it's only hallucinatory, so it's not quite as cool as actually collapsing the path or flooding the river. But one thing we could try is making it look like we collapsed the blast or flooded the river.
Seems like it's worth a shot.
Which might slow them down.
All right, so you're breaking up a little bit, but what I got is you want to make it look like Burik's Pass has been collapsed by the hallucinatory terrain.
Yeah.
Cool.
That
We should get out
or
there.
look like the one of the part of Chantea's box where that bridge is flooded, and like is now the bridge won't get across it. Either of those.
All right, or make it look like the locks have flooded, so the rivers fill the pass. All right.
Right.
It's a good idea.
Returning
Alternate.
to Lincoln's question, yes, there are many horses in these stables.
I agree with the plan of getting horses.
Yes.
You all are easily able to, push the stable doors open. There's no one here. Get the horses out, throw saddles on them real quick, hop up on the horses.
Cool.
Theo,
In this
Yeah.
time that it takes you to get the horses ready real quick, a few other groups of men have assembled around these gates.
Okay.
Um,
These are the gates that lead to the caves.
These are the gates that lead out of the city. So here.
Right, but heading inland.
Yes, heading inland.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Theo,
Yes.
I think we need to let. I have a plan. Would you like to hear it?
Yes, please, God, please, yes.
I think the people in the city, the army, can handle the zombies, the raised orcs.
Okay.
I'm much more worried about the army massing at the end of that pass.
I agree.
It doesn't look great, but if we can hold them in there, keep them bottled up in that valley, I think we have a chance.
Sage plan.
If I were you, I'd get as many as we can spare, and we go hold that pass as long as it takes.
Lily is asking if we know about an elite dwarven fighting force that we could right now abscond with to this pass.
You have heard that Rogar has some elite soldiers around. You could ask him to send them to you.
Rogar, is the teleportation circle operational?
Nay, it's still recharging.
I think that we can make a good attempt to hold off the incoming army from the caves in that valley if we can bottle them there for a bit. But we need some more backup rather than just us. I was thinking of using some of your elite
And he says,
dwarven warriors.
I'll send my best men as soon as they can.
Okay.
Question about how wide is that narrow point in the pass?
Narrow.
I guess like 20 feet, 15 feet.
Okay.
Wider than that. Maybe like,
If it was really narrow, 20 feet is
15,
nothing to
60
wagon
feet?
down.
I think maybe more in the order of 50 or 60 feet. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay,
rude.
then it probably won't work. I was thinking. Oh, actually, that was fair, not
The
fair. But I
pass-
was thinking we could actually flood the river with control water. But I don't
So
know.
yeah, the chunk of between the mountains is maybe 150, 200 feet, but from
Right.
the banks of the river to where
Other bank.
the terrain gets steep is roughly 50 or 60 feet.
All right.
What
can
about
work with
stopping
that.
them at the bridge? We could try to destroy the bridge as a second measure.
I think we save that to fall back to, but that's a very good idea.
Agree.
In any case, Theo, we need to go now.
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's horse up and go. I'm
We
terrible
have-
riding horses.
So I see like groups of like men gathering horses and stuff, right?
Yeah, and a few of them just like sort of like some of them are getting ready to trying to close the gate.
We
There-
can.
Go
I
ahead.
say we take them.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good start. I agree. Okay, I'm gonna approach them and be like, "Oh, "Am I on a horse? Do you need me to roll a thing for being on a horse?"
No, you hop on the horse. You've ridden horses before. You know how to ride horses.
Okay, well, good
And
for
you
me.
come out of these stables, and all the men turn and see you. You're
Right.
The armor you
I'm-
wear is much nicer than theirs. You sort of glisten.
The
Well, I know
feather
that they're
cloak.
trying to close the gate, but I'm gonna be like, new plan. Ride out with me.
Are you using your command?
Do they seem absolutely terrified shitless?
They do seem quite scared.
Then yes.
Say something cool like, those poor bastard orcs, don't they know we can't retreat?
No, I mean, do I recognize any of them from before?
A few of them, yeah. A few of them are, so like some of the ones that maybe led other men over here to close the gates, you recognize as some of the stronger warriors from the battle. The rest of the men are just like the assorted.
Sure, whatever.
Yes,
I guess I'll call out to them specifically, like by name, and just be like,
What are their names?
I don't know, Baron and Zin and Trevor. I don't know. I have nothing. I have literally nothing.
Baron,
You, Trevor.
Zin,
Baron.
and Trevor.
I've got a. It's a long day.
We need more ladies in this army.
Trevor.
Trevor with an A.
Trevor.
Trevor with an A, and she's a woman.
Yeah, obviously. I'll say,
Lincoln, I can't believe you assumed that Trevor was male.
I'll say.
Like, I
don't
wouldn't
know,
worry about it. None of these people are going to live that long.
I'm gonna say. You've already fought valiantly today and yesterday and the day before and the weeks leading up to this, fighting to survive and come back to reclaim this place. But bravery doesn't wait for us to be ready. It doesn't wait for us to be rested and set to meet it. We need to go now and make a last stand.
Excellent. Hurrah! They agree with you. A few of them grab horses. There's not enough horses for all of them. A bunch of them are on foot, and they start following you. You guys ride out on your horses.
Can anybody ride with me? Is that a thing?
Yeah, you can just grab a dude and throw him up on
Are
your
you trying
horse.
to pick up Mary? Is there a halfling out here? Ride with me.
Merry Christmas? What about Pippin Christmas?
All right. Yeah, you guys are able to pull a few guys onto your horses. You get roughly half the group on horses, the other half of the group on foot. There's roughly 30 men with you.
All right.
The others are just running behind you. They're going to catch up. It'll be a little while because you're going faster than them. But you guys ride out.
Do they have ranged weapons?
They do.
Okay.
We the Mongols now.
They have bows and they have swords. Very basic.
Okay.
Great.
Riding out to the north, you see coming up from the gates. Actually, the gates by the slaughterhouse. You see you see a group of dwarves on ponies riding out. They've just taken the shortest path from the docks where they were out through these gates that are not normal gates. And you see them riding. They're on a ridge below you, but they
Are
they
these
look
my
like
elite bitches?
these look like these may or may not be your elite bitches.
Sick.
And they'll meet up with you as you're riding. They meet up onto the path.
Can they see me from where I see them?
Can we call them the Pony Posse?
Yeah.
They ride ponies, they don't ride like rams or something.
Maybe some of them do.
Ooh, rams. That would be really cool. Yes.
They ride mountain goats.
They ride these they're like battle goats.
Dwarven riding rams.
Dwarven riding rams and battle goats.
Can
I love
they
it.
can they see us where we can see them like that shit?
Absolutely.
Brothers! Let me just keep going.
They ride up, and eventually the two paths meet, and you're riding along, and they're riding alongside you. So I need to write this down. Riding rams and battle goats.
Sick.
So cool.
They're like dire goats, right? They're beefy.
Those
It's my
are
favorite
me.
And they eat plate mail.
And let me pick a cool dwarven name. I've got a big ol' list of them. Hadamar. And he says, Captain Hadamar, at your service. General Theo, General Aridin.
Glad to have you.
I heard Bobby for a second, and then he was gone.
The
In
Captain
my
of the Elite
notes-
Dwarves. Yeah.
In my notes, I just put Captain Hadavar, Dwarven Navy SEAL.
All right. And you all are riding out Up ahead, you quickly come up upon the river gatehouse, which looks like it took a bit of damage in the first assault, but currently the bridge is down, so you can ride right across it.
Oh, it's a low.
Through.
It's
We
a.
can raise
It's a this shit.
Yeah, it is a drawbridge because boats come
let
down.
boats through.
Shantae
Raise the
says.
bridge.
Exactly.
Not yet. We have to get back across it when we retreat.
There is no retreat from glory.
There's
At
definitely
least tells
We
me
might
that
need
you
to
hear me,
retreat.
which is great.
You're able to point at one of the knights that's following you. One of Baron, Zin, or Treva. Your choice.
Baron.
Baron, great. And he's gonna hold the gatehouse with a group of 10 men and be ready for when you retreat to have ready to let you across and then raise the drawbridge.
Nice.
I
Nice.
don't like this plan. All right.
Cool. From there you
All right.
you ride on towards Borix Pass. Go ahead.
I propose a plan. So, it's like daylight, right?
Mm-mm.
Night.
It is late night, almost early morning.
Oh, okay.
Is Bobby
That
asking you a
doesn't matter that
question?
much my plan. I am not actually.
Oh, I can't hear him at all. That's
interested in
okay.
Making the pass look collapsed thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because without like a stack, I'm not sure we can sell it. But I feel like a good. So my actual plan is, I could go pretend to be a druid, and so if anyone like actually can see this, it'll look like I'm casting some sort of nature spell, and make it look like I just like bring a bunch of plants up, blocking the pass. And the
Alright.
advantage of that is it looks like they have to come up and clear the plants. I can make it so that we can all like see through. Like, I can tell everyone it's an illusion, then we can all see through it, and we can like make ranged attacks. Anyone who comes up and try to clear away the imaginary plants.
Okay. I'm going to repeat that because I know that
It's
Lily
like
can't really hear
slowly-
you. So,
Okay.
your plan is to, because you look like a goat man, to maybe go up on a ridge somewhere and look like you're a druid casting a spell to bring a bunch of plants up to block the pass.
Yeah.
When really that's hallucinatory terrain, and then we can use ranged weapons up above to shoot down at them as they try and clear the foliage.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I love it.
All right. Great.
Are
And
we?
you are arriving at
also
the
hide,
pass.
like-
You're here.
We can also hide inside of the fake forest, and they can't see in it. So we can shoot from out of it too.
Okay. Repeating that for Lily, who can't hear you.
Sorry.
Hide
Who is
in
also
the
frozen with a
hide in the fake foliage
Right.
and shoot out of it, because you guys know it's fake foliage and they don't. They won't be able to see you inside the fake foliage.
That's great. Brilliant.
Koros, how long would a spell like that last?
24 hours, but it will take me 10 minutes to cast.
Okay. 10-minute casting time lasts 24 hours.
All right. I kind of look around. And which way is the wind blowing?
South and east. And because of the shape of this valley, it does sort of get caught in between the valley and whip pretty hard to the east, down in the valley.
So from where I'm standing, I've got an easterly breeze.
Yes. Sorry, doesn't... When you end in an LY, isn't that about which way the wind is coming from, not which way the wind is going?
Yes. So I've got a westerly breeze.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Wow. Why on earth did you even try to know that? That's ridiculous.
Hold on, I just want to say that I knew the thing about wind that the sailor got wrong.
I've misunderstood what you said.
I was gonna say, how do you know he got it wrong?
So it's a northwesterly to westerly wind.
Cool. That's good. I go up to Zin, and I tell him to get his men gathering brush, green wood, smoky stuff. And
What about-
assembling it in piles behind us.
Great. What about Treva? She needs a job.
Can we see the enemies from here?
So as you guys are getting up to the pass is a bit of a high point, so you can sort of look down. And yes, you can see the orcs amassing. And here, I'll take perception checks to know how many of them there are.
I mean, Goatman is starting his thing, right?
Yeah, Koro, so you're starting to climb up onto the ridge?
It just takes time to cast the spell.
I mean, I can cast them up to like 300 feet away, I think. So I'm going to start casting like kind of as soon as I can.
Okay. Are you going to climb up onto the ridge first, or just stay back here?
I guess I'll climb onto the ridge.
Because you want to be seen doing this, right?
No, I'm actually not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure it's needed to sell it for me to be seen.
Normally I would make you make a check, but since you are literally a goat right now, you find it surprisingly easy to climb up this steep ravine.
On his little clippy cloppy hooves.
Mm-hmm. Aridin, excellent perception. Natural 20.
Jake, with my extra perception, I'd like to also look for something else.
What
Does it
else would you
seem
for?
like there is a pass or something behind them that there would be an easy, like, someone could get around and flank? Potentially Trevor.
Flank.
Just a bit off the flank.
All right. You do see in the distance, you pull out some sort of spyglass or something that I'm going to assume you have because you rolled a nat 20. It's
And that's
pretty
cool.
It's
I've
pretty
always had this
It's pretty far back there. You picked it up on the boat.
since the boat.
It's pretty far back there, but there is indeed another pass in the distance. Not as narrow as Borik's Pass. It's, maybe a couple hundred, 100, 200 feet wide. A much wider pass. But it does indeed narrow again a little further back.
Excellent.
Brother, where did you get that? What?
I've found it. Don't tell Rogar. I think I might have stolen it from his cabin.
Ooh, nice.
On accident.
But you were paladin.
It's pretty.
In addition,
Close.
the thing that perception check was for, you can tell that there is roughly an entire brigade, a legion of Orcish troops. A
My
legion
goodness.
meaning
How many
here.
battalions is that?
I can tell you how many battalions that is. I have all the numbers right here.
How much is the fucking legion?
A legion is roughly 5,000 troops.
Oh, boy.
So there's roughly
And I'm guessing-
5,000 orcs.
Among Baron, Zin, and Treva, right here, we've got like... How many?
50?
30 plus y'all. And then Hadamar and his men is another 10 or so 40 plus y'all.
So
You have-
about 50
Yeah.
of us.
You have a
No way this
platoon.
can go wrong.
Okay.
I have an idea. Can anyone here turn into a dragon?
That's a good idea.
Trevor?
Are you joking? Or are you serious?
Mostly joking, slightly hopeful.
Oh yeah, do it every day. Some random soldier says, and several others laugh.
And I'll just be like,
Soldier, you're gonna go over there by yourself? You're gonna swoop in when we need you.
Shit.
no.
You put it up on the ridge?
I'm kidding.
Oh my
Ooh,
god.
no.
You don't actually have to go out there and die.
Getting some people up on the ridge might be good to shoot down.
All right. Do you
Uh,
want Zin or Treva to take their men up the ridge?
who has the sharpest eye?
Probably Treva.
Trevor?
Alright. Treva and her sharpshooters
Yes.
Up on the
take up
ridge.
defensive positions in the rocks.
All right.
Don't
Everybody
reveal
else-
yourselves unless you have to.
Oh yeah, and it's
everybody else
not
is gonna be down in the ridge.
it's not 50 here because you left Baron and his 10 men down by the gatehouse. So
Right. Which is why I didn't want to leave people. I was like, just raise it and leave. We're leaving. Bye.
all right.
Did Baron need all
Another-
10 men back there?
That's what I said. That's why I was like, why are we leaving 10 bitches? But whatever.
How
Can
many
we
people are...
potentially cause an avalanche on or a rock slide on the ridge?
That is
Does anyone have any
Looks at Koros.
powers?
I can't do anything like that, no.
Can you control water?
No.
Burnham conveniently
Oh,
pulls out
God.
a teensy bit of dwarven explosive.
Hmm.
And he says, well, you asked me for a big bomb earlier, I didn't have it, but I've got this much left. And that
Take it.
could cause you an avalanche.
Awesome.
Have at it, Baron. You know where to put it.
All right, and he climbs up with Treva and her men to get ready to form the... Would you like it to be... Would you like the avalanche on the side with the river or the side with the trail?
Probably the trail. Because,
Probably the trail because it would immobilize them better.
Great.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a chance it'll get too
And
muddy
is this-
down by the thing and
what's
then
our
lose
timeline
momentum.
with this? Like we stall for time with the illusion, and then eventually that's going to fail and we blow it as we back out from that.
Sounds about right.
While so you've cast your big plant growth illusion.
He's
I
casting.
mean, I think I'm still technically
Takes 10 minutes.
still casting it. Yeah.
Theo, I think this is how this should go. He casts his illusion. The five of us fight up at the illusion as long as we can while, what's his name? Hadamar, his men, and Zin's men work on some simple fortifications back here. Just to stall time until that illusion stops working, then we fall back to here and fight, fall back to the gatehouse and fight.
Okay. Yeah. I feel good
Do
about
the
that. plan.
troops with like that are coming towards the city also look undead?
No.
That's not helpful.
They look like the troops here that are amassing look like normal orcs. You do see among their number a few large ogres.
Okay.
You see a few ogres, some with like the elephant things in Lord of the Rings where they got the thing on their back with people in them with bows and arrows. There's some of those. You see another one where he's got like a
Wait, are there elephants?
no. It's an
No, just
ogre,
armor.
but he's got the stuff on him like the elephants did in Lord of the Rings,
Just like for show, not carrying people.
carrying orcs.
That doesn't make sense. He's not on 4 feet, but whatever.
They're in like a backpack. They're like a big
All right.
baby Bjorn.
Yeah, it's like a
So
backpack.
a war-style Baby Bjorn. That's way easier to understand.
Yes, exactly. You see a few of these ogres with these like catapult mechanisms on their back.
Not a fan of that.
That's what the smoke is for.
And you see two that look like they've got these like siege tower things on their back, where like an ogre could get up to a wall and grab it, and then they would extend this siege tower off the back.
How big are ogres?
Ogres
Big.
are large creatures.
Big enough.
They're not Shrek-sized. They're like big,
Like troll
Small
size? Lord of the Rings troll?
like a Harry Potter troll. In the
Oh,
dungeon.
fuck, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, rock slide on those dudes, please.
Yeah, like troll in the dungeon sized.
To be
Which
fair,
one
that
to
was in
know?
comparison to 11-year-olds, so.
is there anything?
Here, where an 11-year-old is full human sized, troll in the dungeon sized.
Is it possible? Is there anything that we can do to assist with the potential rock slide?
Am I the only one who can't hear Lily?
I can hear Lily, so the viewers can hear Lily. She's asking how we can assist with the rock slide. You think Barnum's got the rock slide under control. You tell him
Oh,
when
sick
he's
balls.
got you a
Awesome.
rock slide.
Great.
The rock slide might reduce visibility for our archers.
I don't give a
Absolutely.
shit about visibility.
I think the rock slide is as we're bailing out.
Like I give a shit, but like a minimal.
All right.
Like, in fact, we should
We
maybe
should do a few
rethink
volleys and then
this
hit the
stuff.
rock slide.
Zin's men and Hadamar's men begin working on fortifications. You see Hadamar does some like boom, and like he's doing some stone shape out of the ground.
Oh,
Holy
he's
shit.
creating an earthen redoubt.
Yeah,
What?
he does some like Tai Chi and then like punches and then things lift.
That's
Can we
Actually,
tell
is it
him to save some of
Tiger
that in
Crane?
case we need
Or
to break a
Kung Fu?
bridge?
Kung Fu. I don't know which one Earthbenders are, but that's what he's doing.
that is very cool.
Save some of that in case we need to break a bridge, dude.
He's doing a bunch of little things, so it's like
Okay.
It's enough to get us started. Is there any way that I can assist with any of the fortification process?
do you have anything you would like to assist with? Like
A shovel?
a particular ability you'd like to use?
I have. What? Sorry, are you trying to tell me something?
No, I'm asking if you have, if there's a particular way in which.
Oh! Oh my god, guys! I'm so dumb. Guess what I still freaking have?
Turns into crows.
Garrison's Instant Fortress.
Oh my god, you're right.
Wait. What I missed? What I missed?
Can that be-
So, let's
No, wait, stop,
put
stop.
the archers in there.
No, because we're a distraction. They don't want to fight us. They want to get to the city. So that's our backup plan. still
Daristan's
gonna-
instant fortress isn't it 50 feet wide?
It's big, but my...
Oh, it's not 50 feet wide.
No, it's not. I can look it up.
I mean, it does have lines of sight on 360 degrees.
When you look
If
it up-
stick some archers on the second floor. No
Yeah.
one's getting past that.
If you look it up, it's Darren's Instant Fortress, not Daristan's.
How wide are the
Really,
gates?
D&D had a typo.
Yeah, that's
A
definitely
square,
on there.
20 feet on a side, 30 feet high.
20 feet on the side. Okay.
Smack
I still
that
think
shit.
if we put that in the middle of the 50-foot gap with archers on the second floor, nothing would get past it.
That's
That
gonna be a
narrows it
challenge.
quite a bit. Yeah.
And we can put Koros in it.
We can still do the illusion of foliage around us, though. I think that's still a really good plan.
Mm-hmm.
No, definitely also do that.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, the illusion's not going to last forever. It's purely a spelling tactic.
All right. So we do
Right.
that. The Koros, you start casting this illusion, and the vines start going up. Theo, you run up there. Whoom! You slap down the fortress.
I choose you, dear Stan.
This fortress rises up, and it looks like the vines and the thorny vines and bushes are like wrapping up around the sides of it, and sort of coming out these big, like tentacles of like seaweed and like river plants, whatever, are like extending out of the river and filling this whole pass. It looks quite impassable with this menacing tower sticking up out of it.
Badass.
You all are able to quickly take your positions, whether you want to be in the tower and up high or in this pass and ready to go. And let's do some initiative rolls, as this has caught the attention of the orcs, and you see the first company? Something like that.
I assume it would be like a harrying force.
That.
They're probing our defenses.
Exactly. Charging up.
Base is a hairy force.
Turn tracker?
Oh, right, I have to click that. Excellent nat 20s on initiative. you
Yeah,
two.
come on, guys, come
We're
on.
ready. We're planning. They're sending
Yeah,
in
we got this.
skirmishers.
Jake, you're still getting Nicole, right?
Yes. You two can't hear each other, but it's fine.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
Speaking of, oh no, not him. I saw a clip of The Wedding Singer today, Alex, and I know you keep telling me to see it.
Dude. The Wedding Singer is so good and so bad.
This is cool as hell.
He's
It's
losing his
pretty great.
mind.
I am sorry. You were like, do you have anything to help? And I was like, shit, do I? I was like, I have 1,000 ball bearings.
I honestly thought you were just going to turn into crows and poop on him. Really thought
As a
that's where you were
harrying
going.
force, that would be quite effective.
I still want crow bombers. That'd be awesome.
All right. And Theo, you got a 7.
Tiny goggles.
Yeah.
All
dive
right.
bomb.
Koros got 11. Eridan got a 14. Nadam got a 25. Great. All right. I'm here using Burnham's initiative to indicate all of the NPCs.
Reasonable.
And then the
Burnham
orc
betrayed us?
and the orc token for all of the orcs.
Are Treva and her people still up on that ridge, or did they decide to go to the top of the tower?
Treva and her people are up on the side of the ridge.
We should tell them to come in the tower.
They're up on the ridge because they're covering Burnham.
Oh, right.
No,
Oh.
that's still fine.
That's Burnham's team.
As far as starting position stuff's concerned, I just want to let people know that I'm planning to stay outside the tower until it's not reasonable to do so.
Great.
Same.
Do you want Hadamar and Zin's men up with you now?
With me?
Their fortifications are just behind the tower.
Why can't the tower be behind the fortifications?
Okay, they can be just in front of the tower.
Right? Doesn't that make way more sense?
Yes. The
Okay.
original idea was that they were behind the plants, but this is fine. The fortifications, so basically the tower is there, and then in those 30 feet that aren't filled by the tower, there are these fortifications, and you all are sort of at the base of the tower, behind these fortifications, ready to fight some orcs.
How many people do we have inside the tower?
I think
what we're
probably
trying to say.
just Koros?
We should have a few
I'm
archers
inside
in there,
the
right? There are
Yeah.
arrow
Let's say-
slits.
Yes, there's arrow slits, yes.
All right, let's say
Let's-
Zin's men.
And Koros.
Zin's men and Koros.
And then we're outside here with the Dwarven ram riders.
I will sit on top of the tower because I can very easily hop down.
Good
Right.
point.
All right.
I'm sorry, can I ask a question? I'm a little bit confused because I can only hear a few of you. What tower?
Ah,
Oh
you
shit,
missed that.
sorry, Nicole.
It's okay.
Theo took out his Daristan's instant fortress
Oh.
and popped it up in Borik's Pass. That's 20 feet
Behind-
wide.
Behind the
that-
fortifications.
That's 20 feet wide, so of the 50 feet, only 30 of it is now available. So what this looks like, I'm assuming the fortress is on the north side of the pass. So let me grab a piece of paper and show you all what this looks like real quick.
How much of this army?
Can't
You
just
said
be, like,
some of
smack
it's
dab in the
undead
middle?
or not?
None.
None of
of
this
these
army
ones
is
are undead.
undead. These ones you're
Okay,
looking at are
never mind.
all live orcs.
I was gonna
For
place
now.
a magic circle
Fresh
on
or
20 of the other feet. And cut out.
Oh yeah, we
But-
would have wrecked ass if they were undead. Damn it!
I know. It would have been awesome.
I feel sad not hearing Nicole.
She was just
Jake
saying
just
she
knows.
wishes they were undead.
Yeah, because she has her sweet shit and she'd wreck.
Dude, the helmet would have glowed. Oh, it was so cool. At nighttime too.
All right, I'm just drawing this really
Okay, so
quick.
we are in the tower of Dare Stand Sentence?
Yeah, I'll
We
show
are
this
out
in just a
front of
second.
the tower.
Okay.
At least
got it.
Theo and I are. You can be in the tower, on top of the tower, down here, wherever.
I'm down,
I'm
with
down
you.
here because I
Excellent.
don't have good range shit.
Okay,
All right,
cool.
here's what
Thank
this
you.
looks
Sorry
like.
to interrupt.
Plate team out front.
All right. Hold on. Give me one more second. Do. All right. Here's what this looks like. This is also mountainy. All right. Cool. I should have done this in a pen. The river sort of has this curve here, right? And it curves
Good.
around.
Yep.
There's mountain right here. There's mountain up here. This way is back towards Zangate. This is where all the orcs are. Y'all are right here. We'll zoom in. There's a ridge up top where that's where Treva and her men and Bernham are. The square I drew there is Darastan's Instant Fortress.
Why can't it be in the middle?
You put it to
Got it.
one side to
Why?
force them to funnel into one spot
Actually, it's a good point.
rather than
Okay,
two
cool.
spots. The fortifications that are stone.
Theo wanted it in the middle, but he put it too far to one side, so it got big and ended up being on one side.
Kind of crashes into the wall. Shit.
Those are those fortifications there, and then these little like swirly doodles that I drew that are just all over are the illusory plants.
Can the swirly doodles
Cool,
more
okay,
go a
got it.
little
Thank
bit
you.
more that way? So there's some more a little bit in front of the fortifications?
Yes,
Yeah, that's perfect. Great.
great.
Freaking Picasso over here. Looks amazing.
Wouldn't Picasso mean that my drawings don't actually indicate the shape of the battle?
If you ask Rosie about
Multiple
Picasso, she'll tell you she's Mrs. Picasso.
Foliage.
Oh man, foliage. Yeah, that's a good one.
All right.
Top tier.
Nadam Ilrio Nazir, you are up first.
I take my quiver off, I put it down right next to me. I'm doing the thing where I'm holding the bow and then I'm holding more arrows in the hand that's holding the bow, because that's cool.
Mm.
Is anybody in range?
Yes, the orcs are charging up. That's why we started initiative.
Just two of those.
Roll me some.
Roll me something good. There's the first one. And there's the second one.
All
I
right.
think you're probably good.
Yeah, you killed 2 orcs. The way we're going to do this, because there's going to be a lot of orcs, is we're going to just have you say what we do, and we're not going to be super mechanical about it, because otherwise we'll be here all night.
Cool.
Excellent. You start shooting.
All headshots.
Handsome. Irina.
Okay. I would like to go ahead and aim just straight down as far into this lovely mass of orcs as I can, and go ahead and cast Lightning Bolt, which goes for
Nice.
100 feet in a 5-foot wide thing.
Excellent.
And so that should.
Put some color in
Heal.
here. It stands out a little better now.
Oh, it probably looks so cool at night.
Nice.
Cool.
Your lightning bolt crackles through, bounces from orc to orc. And just fries a group of them. The crackling bright light illuminating the valley.
Cool.
Because it's dark AF.
Hmm.
All right. Aridin.
Rapid fire.
Boom, hits.
Clicked it a second time. It's not going.
No. It does that
Roll
sometimes.
20 is
They're
not. Okay, there we
all gonna come in at once.
There we go.
Just taking orcs down one by one.
Even the third one?
I don't know. I don't have the monster manual in front of me. I think they were AC 12.
Maybe I hit one in the knee.
That orc took an arrow to the knee.
Took an arrow to the knee.
Lily, is there something you want to say?
She literally just said it. I know you guys can't hear her, but she said, took an arrow to the knee.
I heard it.
They can't hear me?
I heard it.
Some of them
I
can hear you,
guys.
Lily.
Oh, thanks, Bobby.
All right. Up next, Burnham, Shortwick, and all the NPCs. Hadamar's dwarves are just getting ready. They've got axes and things. They don't have a lot of ranged weapons. But they're positioning themselves actually just in front of the fortifications, so they can fight some orcs and then jump behind the fortifications. Let's see. Baron and his men are at the gatehouse. Zin and his men in the tower take up positions at the arrow slits and are taking out some more orcs. And then Treva and her folks on the ridge also just start pulling out arrows and start shooting down and taking out orcs here and there. You guys are doing taking out a good chunk of this harrying force.
Happy.
Koros.
It's gonna be like that scene in 300 where they're just climbing over the bodies.
Eldritch Blasts for now. I only have one spell left, so I'm going to save it.
All
so
right.
just Eldritch Blasts.
That's why we put you up here.
Send me some blasty blasties.
Yeah, that's why I'm here.
You do it so well.
Last.
Excellent. Take out more orcs.
Also, I want to, while going on, check in with Rogar and figure out what the situation in Endgate itself is.
You check in with Rogar, and he says, we've got groups going around the city and mopping up these undead orcs, but it'll be some time till we're able to clear them out and assemble a force. Hold them off as long as you can.
I will relay that information.
As
All right.
long as you can give me.
It will cost what it will cost.
Works pass. All right, Theo.
Lily,
Okay.
please. Lily, please.
What?
Say it.
Say what?
What I sent you in Slack.
I'm not stealing Eden's speech. Say it in. Whatever. Okay.
But it's so perfect.
I kind of like what those dwarves are doing, where they're like, fight, and then hide. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to try to do that with my Great Axe.
All right, the orcs haven't quite made it up to the fortifications yet. They're getting ready in front of the fortifications.
Mm.
So do you want to ready in action?
Yeah, I'd like to ready an action to fuck a bitch up real hard.
All right. The group of orcs now makes it up to this first section of fortifications, and they begin swinging at this illusory terrain. They can't see you yet. They're hacking away at the illusory terrain. Now, Koros, tell me how the saves to disbelieve this works, or if they can interact with it. How does that work?
Yes. So I think once they interact with it, they basically know. Let me double check.
I thought it was that it did what you thought it would do until...
No, it's not. It's not that fancy. Unfortunately, the tactile characteristics of the terrain are unchanged, so creatures and enemy in the area are likely to see through the illusion. If the difference is obvious by touch, a creature carefully examining the illusion and attempt an intelligence investigation check against your DC. I would assume that once they start hacking at it with weapons and realize they're going straight through it, they basically figure it out.
Yeah, so they start doing that. Huh? They're confused. At that moment, Theo's ready action and the ready action of Hadamar and his dwarves occurs. Give me some hack and slash.
Great sword to the face. This is magic damage. I don't know if that matters. Also, I should have advantage because they're idiots, but it's fine.
You all swarm out and basically pull these orcs in to the foliage.
Oh, that's so cool.
So, in the distance, the rest of the orcish army, what they see is that these orcs got up here, started to chop at these plants, and then got pulled into the plants. At that,
This is a great plan, goat friend.
a few, 2 or 3 more brigades of orcs begin to charge up towards the pass. Because because this harrying force, clearly not enough. More orcs needed.
He's learned what he wants to learn.
I said brigades, but a brigade would be 3,000 to 5,000 people. What I mean is companies.
No, I like 15,000 orcs descending on us.
But they can only descend on us like 20 at a time.
15,000 of the 5,000. No, wait a minute.
Dwarves are like they're like nesting orcs.
All right. The next round of orcs comes swarming up, approaching the edges of this illusory plant and our hold here. Nadam Ilrio Nazir.
Getting some more arrows.
All right. You pew pew pew. You take some orcs out with arrows. Irina.
I assume that a giant lightning bolt killed more than I could with my sword, so
Yes.
I will go ahead and do that again. Why not?
The lightning crashes out, takes out a whole bunch of orcs.
Does it
Bounces
come out of your
between them.
hands or like out of your sword or out of your shield or something?
Nice.
No, that was my old
It
old
comes-
armor had the crest on it, but I suppose now it just comes out of the hilt of like the very pummel of my
Well,
sword.
you got your old armor back, didn't you, when you got back to the city of Orem?
Yes.
Yes, but I got the one with Ilmater's symbol commissioned and gave
that's right.
my old one to. Yeah, and so I have the
Oh, that's so cool. You like
Cool
flip
sword.
the sword around and
I would think the lightning comes in one hand, down, around your heart, and out
Through
the
the stomach.
other. Through the stomach. Right, and then
EFG.
out the other hand.
You got to feel the flow.
Yeah, you reach one hand up into the air with your shield in there, and the lightning crashes down through you, around, and out your sword.
That is way awesome.
I mean, I really would be a firebender anyway, so it works.
Crackles through a whole group of orcs. Aridin.
Boom!
We're just shooting him again.
Ah!
Oof, there's a
Shit, I
miss.
shot myself in the foot. Oh, I'm fine.
All right. It appears a small group of orcs has noticed Treva's men up on the ridge, and a few of them have split off from the rest of the orcs and climbed up the ridge.
No, can I prevent it?
How would you like to prevent it?
I have 1,000 ball bearings, bitch.
It's not your turn.
You're gonna huck them at the wall?
And how are you going to prevent them? How are ball bearings going to prevent the orcs from climbing the ridge?
If it's a thing like this and there's a thing like this, the ground, and they're gonna try to climb this thing like this, then right here where this is, where they would start to this, then I'm gonna put them there.
It's not your turn, so you don't have the opportunity to do that, but you can maybe do that on your turn. These orcs climb up the side of the ridge, and Treva and her men pull out their swords and begin fighting orcs to give Bernham cover, because he's still priming the explosive and getting it in just the right place to create this avalanche.
Burnham, don't be afraid to ask for help.
I got it. The red wire and the yellow wire. Oh, shit.
Koros.
Still just do a thing. So, find my thing. We're going to go with boop, 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 boop. Why did that not show up? There we go.
All right. Take out some more orcs. Theo.
I need to get over there to help defend Bernham and Treva, so I'm gonna say I gotta go do that and go there.
You think if you went into Darastan's fortress and up to the roof, and then from there started climbing, that would be your quickest route.
I do that.
All right.
Can I get there on this turn?
You can get there on this turn using your full movement and everything.
Then can I attack or no?
No, you use your action to dash and everything.
Okay.
But you're up there now.
Mm.
All right. The orcs. Yes.
No, it's fine.
The orcs swarm in. A few of them actually leap down off of the ridge, and onto the roof of Darastan's instant fortress.
Glad I'm up here. Those poor bastards.
Yep. Nadam and Koros, you're each going to take some orcish ire.
You're outside, Gross?
That's fair. I'm somewhere where I can make shots, so I'm happy to say that you're on outside.
Let's see. One of those is a crit. The others all look like they miss.
Whiff.
So that is a crit against Nadam, Ilrio, and Nazir.
Ah,
As a orc gets you in just the right spot. And that will be... I don't have the damage in front of me, but let's just call it 15 damage for now. And I'll pull out the monster manual. Meanwhile, the orcs are now flooding into the area with the plants. They start hacking at the plants. They realize they're false, and they start flooding in to fight down in the false plants. Nadam.
Oh, we tried.
how many are around me and Koros?
4.
I might be able to handle this.
Everything goes slow motion.
So it's like a bonus action to draw a weapon, right?
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna drop the bow.
It's actually included in part of attacking.
Oh, okay. Well, free action. Drop the bow. Sword. Shing. And I'm going to make 2 attacks with the sword.
Wait, did the steel already break on the sword?
Yes. He did that in
One.
the temple.
Right.
2. And then I'm going to spend a key point to do 2 unarmed strikes.
All right.
1.
Excellent.
It was like slash open fist punch slash open fist punch.
You kill all 4 of them. Whooshing, whooshing. Those 2 are in half, and then you swing out and punch the last 2 and just into death.
Can I do the thing where like I punch and then kick and I'm standing on 1 foot and then launch them off the sides of the tower?
Perfect.
That would be perfect.
All right, Irina,
I got you,
you're,
Koros.
you're standing amidst those fortifications
Appreciate
inside
that.
the fake plants, and you see the orcs swarming in and over those fortifications. What do you do? Oh, I think we lost Nicole.
Oh.
Nicole?
Nicole.
Oh, I don't think she can hear Jake.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Tell her to
It's your turn. What do you do?
Tell her
Can
to
you hear me?
refresh.
Oh, Jake says to refresh.
She kills things. Just stabby, stabby, stab.
He continues to dominate.
There we go. Can you hear me now, Nicole?
Oh,
I can just
Hello?
hear her.
I've now lost Nicole as well.
We've lost her.
I can start to hear Nicole.
Nicole, you hear me?
Something weird is going on.
Nicole,
You guys are all robots.
if you can hear me, go ahead and click your attacks.
She can communicate through Roll20.
If not, Irina just kills a bunch of orcs.
That works.
Like one does.
Like
Oh.
one does.
I heard the very end of that. I kill a bunch of orcs.
Perfect. All right, Eridan.
I assume a body from one of the ones that Nadam kicked down just lands in front of me. Holy shit. I'm gonna aim at the ones that are climbing the ridge.
Excellent. Pew, pew. You take down a few more that are climbing that ridge. A few are still going to get up there, but you've made it much easier for Treva and her men.
And Theo. I'm watching Theo's
And
back.
Theo. Burnham's up there, and he shouts, or actually he says over comms, "All right, I've got it primed whenever we're ready."
Defend it.
Aye! And he pulls out his weapons and gets to fighting orcs up on the ridge. All right. Actually, I should go through all the NPCs. This is my list of NPCs. Hadamar and his men are just making quick work of the orcs that are making it over the fortifications, but you see them taking some wounds as they do so. Zin and his men are just arrows coming out, tons of arrows coming out of the top of this tower, thinning out the orcish hordes before they get to your small pass here. Treva and her men on the ridge, especially now that there are fewer of them making it up because Aridin has shot down some of these orcs that are climbing, are making a good defense of Bernum. Koros.
What's the situation around Bernum look like? Like, do a couple others last help, or do they have it in hand?
They up on the ridge. They look like they've got it in hand.
Okay, then I'm just going to send. It's becoming increasingly useless, but I think one more round of just 3 Eldritch Blasts into the horde.
All right.
I think we're in time buying mode at this point. Class feature, by the way, is keeping an eye on, I guess, the main body of the force, and what are they up to? Click 3 times. I don't know where the things are.
Okay, you're good. You got 31, 30, and 31. They all hit. Class feature can see.
Oh, you're right. That's my graph.
Class feature can see. Can actually swoop down low and get a view on Ruspal, the leader of the Orcish forces. You see him he's in these flowing, clearly wizard's robes with this, dark insignia. He's got a necklace with a skull on it and other sorts of, necromancer shit. A creepy looking book, all this kind of stuff. And he's holding this large staff, and you actually see that Ruspal is floating above the ground, maybe 5 or 10 feet in front of the Orcish armies. And you see he's just he reaches over and he points at a battalion and points them forward. Or I don't mean a battalion because it's way too many. I do mean a battalion. That's 400. A company. He points at a company and sends them forward. He points at a battalion and sends them forward. He's doing this in front of these groups. And you see that he's starting to point at groups that are including these big old ogres.
Hey, Dragon Guy, that's your cue.
Theo.
You talking to me?
I'm up on that ridge with Treva, right?
Correct.
And Garam, I guess, who was done priming the thing. Before I start my turn, I guess I'll say over comms to not comms, fancy sending stone runes in my wax ear to Nadam to just be like, "You're in charge of sending the signal for the rock slide. You and Koros working together because you have the best visibility."
Got it.
Okay, and then I
But I
will
can't Lily because I'm giving the 5 seconds.
attack some bitches, upsetting my friends.
We're in charge of calling the rock slide. You and me.
Okay.
So I will just.
And then
click
Theo kills some bitches.
Yeah. Do you want to roll anything or no?
Respect.
Those rolls? Yeah, just click some rolls.
Sick.
Even with
Oh, I
nat one.
re-roll a 1 or a 2, so
On
that's
damage, we determined that was, not on attacks.
Oh, lameness. Let me reread it. I think you're right.
You were able to...
Damage, yeah, I wrote it in all caps now since I didn't understand. But those are my 3 attacks.
Alright, you're able to slash him down.
And then on one of my successful attacks, I'd like to expend superiority die to turn it into a disarming attack.
Okay.
They have to make... Oh, I add the die to the damage roll, and they have to make a strength saving throw, DC 18.
Okay.
And if they fail, then I'm better than them.
Then you have disarmed them, I would presume.
Cut their arms right off.
And they take an extra 5 damage.
What's the DC?
18.
They fail.
Well, the object lands at their feet.
You knock an orcish axe to his feet. The orc looks down, and then you just run him through.
Makes you look.
Yeah.
All right. It is the orc's turn. You guys are now in the midst of this melee. Quaros and Nadam, you appear safe for the moment. Because the orcs are above and below you. But Theo, Aridin, Irina, Bernum, all taking some orcish attacks. Those are at Theo. I'm rolling in secret.
Crit.
2 hits on Theo
Ooh.
for 18 damage total. Then 1, 2, 3. Aridin,
Yo.
just 1 hit against you for 9 damage.
I'll repost it.
All
Or
right.
I guess it would be parry for this when they hit me. Yeah, parry.
Jake, the 2 hits for me are 18 total, right?
18 total, Theo.
Got it.
No, 9 total for Aridin.
Right.
Well, we'll see about that. 1 total for Aridin.
All right. Sorry, what does that 9 mean?
I was parrying it.
Oh,
I reduce it by a superiority die, which is a d10.
So 9, and then you reduce it by 9, so...
So they suck.
Oh, it was 9 damage? I thought it was 10 damage.
No, it was 9 damage.
Great.
No damage.
Nothing.
Great. You see Irina take a pretty bad blow from one of the bigger orcs. Runs in, big, 2 hands overhead with a great axe while she's, defending a blow from another orc, and boom, she takes a really bad blow. She's still standing, but not looking great.
Mm.
All right. Nadam.
So there's no orcs up by me and a bunch down below.
Correct.
Goros, you gonna be okay up here?
Yeah, but we need to think about getting out of here real soon, especially people who don't have horses.
I'm sorry, Bobby, I didn't hear that.
So you got to think about getting out of
You
here real
think about-
soon, especially those of us that don't have horses.
True.
We're fine.
They're eventually just going to run past us.
I'm like, good point.
Well, that's why we've got the rock side climbing.
Does it look like this is like an attack that we're going to be able to kind of temporarily repel?
It looks kind of like a wave, but you see a much bigger wave coming behind it with ogres in it.
Oh boy.
Then maybe we should go.
No, wait for the wave of the ogres to do
I'll let
the
you
They're
Right,
going to
trick
keep
on
moving.
them.
Like,
Maybe we can hold the first wave, and when the second wave's coming in, blow the rock slide?
Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
okay. Yeah, that works
I'll
for
let
me.
you call it, Koros, and I hop down, and I'm going
Okay.
slashy slash.
Give me some cool rolls.
Dragon Blade. Dragon Blade. Unarmed strike.
Excellent. Beating the shit out of some orcs. All right. Aridin.
Are there enough around me in like melee range now where I could just start slicing?
Absolutely. Tons around you. Slice and dice.
Awesome. Die.
Oh, that's a crit. Tell me what happens.
I spear through one, and then it accidentally goes all the way through him, and I hit one that was running around behind him.
Impales himself on your sword through the other orc.
2 for 1. I whip out, hit another one, and then take a head off.
Excellent.
Nice job, brother.
All right. You see that up on the ridge, they've got that shit under control now.
Now that Theo's there.
Now that Theo's there, Ridge is looking good, and they switch back. They've got this under control. They sheathe their swords again, pull out their bows and arrows again, and just starting to bring that down. The dwarves, you see that we may have lost a dwarf or two in this battle, but the rest of them hacking away at orcs. Definitely net positive. Here.
We
based
are
on the
going to need a
orcs being
KD
killed.
each of like 60 to break even, so...
Let's see, there's 5,000 divided by 40. You need to each kill 125 orcs.
Easy.
Well, that's
we're
if we
not
do it all
gonna
by
On
ourselves.
this ridge. Yeah.
That rock slide's going to help.
Take the whole army on ourselves.
You guys have already killed several. I should have been keeping track. Let's see.
Just approximate by the
1,
dozens.
2, Let's call that
I think we all kill 3 except for Arena, who kills more.
6, 7, 8,
No, you just
9,
killed 4,
10,
and so did
11,
Alex.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. That's another 6, so that's 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42... 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. You've already killed roughly 50 orcs.
Okay, so seriously, when do they start becoming an
61%.
obstacle to the ones behind them?
And that's not counting the ones
I'm
on
really
NPCs.
just picturing the 300 scene where they're just like climbing over the bodies and immediately dying. Bigger pile of bodies.
Well, I heard other people ask questions.
And that's not counting the ones NPCs have been killing.
Correct. That's just the party.
Well, if we assume the NPCs are half as effective as us, then they've killed 25.
That sounds about right.
Doing pretty well so far.
Yeah.
Agreed.
It means one of us is about to die.
Irina does look like she's not looking so good from that
Okay,
hit.
can you just let it be my turn so I can help her already?
Not yet. It's Koros' turn.
Can I dismiss Dan's Fortress? Does it have to be Theo?
Only Theo can do it, I do believe.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna telepathically to Theo. Take the fortress down and get ready to move. We're leaving. Well, actually, before I say that, what can I see of the like? Because there's the current wave and there's a big wave coming behind it. What's left in the current wave?
There's still many orcs left in the current wave, but you guys are doing pretty well.
Okay.
Nothing we can't defend in a little rear guard action as we back up.
The next
Yeah.
wave, not so much.
Right. Obviously. Okay. I'm going to say, yeah, Theo, take this thing down. We got to get ready to bail. And then I'm basically going to go run down off the tower.
Okay, you're gonna run down the stairs and out.
Well, how long will that take?
You could do that. That's a move action. And you
Okay,
can,
then I'll
while
do
you're
that.
doing that, you can tell Zin and his men also to get out.
Yeah. And it's the ridge. The ridge is completely secure, right?
The ridge is secure.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Everyone on the ridge except Burnham start to fall back. I think. Does that sound right? We're gonna call
Don't
this
we
thing
need to
in
light-
How are we
like
gonna tell Brennan would kill this character?
Don't we need to light the brush that we gathered?
We will.
Yep, you could do that on your way out. Burnham says, "I can detonate remotely."
Okay.
Remember, he's got that little
Stay behind anyway.
the little crystal that he just smashes on the ground.
Blow yourself up. That's an order. Die with glory.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna run down out and then fire off 3 more blasts.
All right, you run down and out. Choo choo choo. Send some blasts as you go. Even with that natural one, I guess natural ones always miss. That natural one would have hit. If natural ones didn't miss. You send one off like behind you, like it's your last one, right? And that one just sails off
Flying over the shoulder.
over the shoulder and misses. But the other two choo-choo, land on some orcs. Theo, ridge is all clear. Koros has asked you to collapse the fortress.
Okay. I mean, thought.
You don't have to do what Koros says.
No, I
You
want
don't have to, but I don't want to leave it
I'm
here.
a team player. I want to be the last person though. Like I don't want, you know what I mean?
You
So
could
can
wait
I,
another
like-
round to collapse the fortress if you want.
Yeah, I am gonna wait another round. I want to end my turn such that I am telling everybody else to get back, and I will be the last one out.
All right. So you start getting these men. You're like, go, go, go! Like, get back down the ridge.
While doing that, can I hack some shit or no?
There's nothing to
You don't
hack
have
up
room?
here. You've cleared the ridge.
Oh, there's no one. I thought there were like a couple.
No, you're good. Ridge is clear.
Okay.
Kick a rock down onto someone's head.
Yeah. Making my way down. Is there anybody I can like jump onto their face?
Yeah, you can just leap down into the melee if you'd like.
Yeah.
You're gonna take some falling damage.
Nah. Oh wait, is Arena by me before I jump down?
No, she's down in the melee.
Oh yeah, cool. I'm gonna head to her.
All right, you can jump down onto the roof of Darastan's fortress. From there, jump down onto the thing and only take a little bit of falling damage.
All right.
Why don't you give me a dexterity acrobatics check to see if you
Oh
can
yeah,
reduce
those
that?
are things I'm so good at. Sure, it's not athletics.
It's good enough, so only half of this.
Oh, balls.
11 divided by 2, that's only 5. You,
Alright.
you jump, land on the roof, and keep running, then you jump and roll on the ground. You get hit up by a couple rocks and things in the ground, but only 5 damage, and then you're up and right next to Arena and ready to fight some orcs.
I want to use my bonus action to do rally and give her some health.
Excellent. You get right over there. You hit an orc away that's about to hit her. You help get her back on her feet because she was like on one knee because she'd been hit a couple times. You pull her back up on her feet.
She gets 10 because it's that plus my charisma.
She gets 10 healing. She's up. You knock another orc away from her. She lays on hands on herself for some healing.
Cool. And then I'm just gonna be like, not today. Too many things to do. And then
We're too busy and we like you.
If there's any bitches, I'll,
All right. You guys have thinned out this wave. There's only a few left. But now, it's the orcs' turn. The third wave of orcs is starting to arrive. This wave,
drums kick in.
much larger than the previous two. Lots of orcs swarming in and over through these plants. Yeah.
We wanted to detonate the thing like when it would be optimal for killing that big wave.
They're arriving at the pass right now. Also, Nicole says thanks.
Oh yeah, sure.
They're arriving at the pass right now. You think that, like, by your next turn, the ogres are gonna be in there. Nadam, you are in the melee, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right. There's a bunch of orcish attacks coming your way.
Bring it.
3, 4, 5, 6.
My
7.
AC is 22 right now.
That is 2 hits.
Wow.
They're on all sides of you. It's getting harder and harder to defend. 18 damage in total.
Oof.
From those 2 hits.
I'm not that tough.
Is Nadam within 5 feet of me?
Sure, why not?
Don't hit my friends.
Kill an orc. You see an orc hit him, you immediately kill that orc.
Nice.
All right. Eridan, since you're right there, you're also going to get a lot of orcish ire. 1, 2, 3,
It's fine.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One of those is a crit. What's your AC? It's 20?
Yes.
So that is 1, 2, 3, 4 hits, one of which is a crit. So that is 45 damage.
Oh my goodness, ouch.
You are starting to feel overwhelmed by orcs.
Ow!
We're being overrun.
You see Arena also taking a bunch of hits at this point.
No!
She's all right. She's laid on hands. She's got your healing. She's doing okay.
At this juncture, since this is not going very well for us, are the orcs done?
That is all the orcs' turn.
Excellent.
Oxes.
Boom. Boom.
It's not your turn.
Why? Oh. My bad.
It's Nadam's turn first. It's okay.
I thought it was after. Okay,
that natural
sorry.
one doesn't count now.
Great.
Well, it's my understanding that we are going to retreat now.
Yes.
So I'm going to take a couple of swings with my sword. Are you still keeping track of, like, how many we've killed?
I meant to, and then I stopped. I will count them up afterwards.
Cool. There's 1. There's 2. I'm going to spend a key point to Step of the Wind. No, to disengage. To bonus action disengage.
Oh, okay.
And
Get the fuck out of there.
actually,
Key point to kill more bitches.
This is the
no.
right call.
Disengaging is probably the right call.
Nah,
I'll
just
hit
use
Eridan and
the
he's more hurt
flame.
than I am.
It's fine.
Glory!
I'll disengage and I'll get out of there.
No glory for you. No, I'm just kidding.
Start getting the men back and or tell them to start starting the brush fires.
All right. You see some of them get over there and start doing that. They pull out, torches. They're flint. They get those things going.
And then just be like, and then just go to the gatehouse.
All right. Alex.
Hello.
Eridan, we're actually going to use those rolls because otherwise I won't be able to
Great.
count up how many orcs you killed afterwards.
Awesome. The important thing that I'm going to do with that is maneuvering attack. Irina can use half of her speed to get the fuck out of here
Excellent. Irina gets the fuck out of here.
without provoking opportunity attacks.
Excellent. That's what she
And
does.
I add a D4 to my damage. Or
Nice.
not a D4, a 4.
That does both of those things. That's cool. All right, yes.
Nice.
Irina is able to, right alongside Nadam, start, retreating, reforming ranks on the far side of the brush fires and getting to y'all's horses. Burnham and all the NPCs in the ridge, they start climbing down the ridge. Burnham radios to all of you. He says, "Just tell me when. I've got the arming crystal."
You got the best view, Koros.
All the NPCs
I mean, I'm on the ground now, but I have
lighting the
class
signal
feature, I
fires.
guess.
You probably want to wait. Theo's still hasn't collapsed the fortress, so.
Yeah, no, I'm waiting.
All right.
Koros has the clacker.
Koros, it is your turn.
So I am first of all going to summon class feature. Like it's not a magic summon, just like, hey, start flying back
He starts flying back.
towards us. Yeah. What's the deal with this for the first wave? Have we cleared it by now? It's a little bit left.
First wave is cleared. The second wave is, or rather, third wave at this point. You've cleared
Right,
the first and
either way.
second. The third wave at this point with the ogres in it is all up ins.
Okay. And Aaron and Theo are still basically here, and everyone else is backed up a little bit.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
Theo and Aridin are down here. Everyone else is backed up.
Gotcha. I am going to. I'm just going to delay for now.
All right.
My
What are you
plan is
holding back?
basically wait until we're about to trigger it. If needed, if we need to hang around for it. And basically, I want to be here in case I need to dimension door myself and someone else.
All right. So you've backed up, but you're ready to dimension door if needed.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm having a little trouble picturing like how much time we have, basically. You're saying this next wave is basically like a round away from showing up.
This next wave is already up and fighting you, and these ogres will be doing damage to you on the next Orcish initiative, which is 2 initiatives from now.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, in that case, I'm going to use my action to. I'm going to wait until there's like just me and one other person left here, I guess, and then I will.
I think it's
Dimension
just
door
you
away.
and me.
No, it's Theo,
It's
Aridin,
Aridin,
and
too.
Koros still there.
Oh, Aridin still.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, I'll say this: Aridin, go. Theo, collapse the tower, and I'll get us out.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. Theo.
Okay.
I guess my point of my last turn was I was trying to delay so that I would be the last one, but now Aridin's here, so now I don't really know what to
I'm
do.
not in the tower. I'm outside.
Yeah, you guys are all outside. All 3 of you are right down
Right, but
in the
if
thick of
Aridin's
it.
not far away and Bobby's going to dimension door us, Aridin will be stuck here alone.
I'll be fine. Don't worry about me.
That's why I said wait for you and I. Wait for Aridin to go. Like I need to use an action to collapse the tower, right? That's what I was assuming.
I do use an action. Why don't you just take Aridin with you on your turn?
Theo says, take Aridin now.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. This is not up for debate.
I got all the heals, man.
Okay.
I don't really give a shit.
All right, Koros, so
Cool.
you're going to take Aridin now?
Peace now.
All
Grab
right.
Aridin. We're going to go.
Aridin, you feel Koros' hand on your shoulder.
Why nothing else?
Yeah.
You were sucked into the dimension door. And you are now behind the line, back with your horses. Theo, it's just you. You see these ogres barreling down on you, orcs on all sides. You shrink the tower, roll over there and grab it.
Have I been Ravens today?
Don't think so.
Sick. I'll be Ravens.
Crows.
Whatever.
Be very specific. Ravens are Mother Knight's thing. Crows are Grandmother Crow's thing.
Why do you have to ruin it for me? Can I peck out some eyes before I leave?
Absolutely, a few of your crows peck out some orcish eyes.
Oh,
Just-
like they swarm you and then like crows.
It's like the birds.
Yeah, and then fly on out of there. All right.
Did you
It's
ever...
a weird movie.
It is.
Alright, Venom, that's the last one. Make it happen.
It is orcish initiative, but Burnham had that ready to action. The ogres barrel forward. There are 2 ogres right here in the valley. Tons of orcs. Burnham takes the crystal, smashes it down. Big ol' avalanche. The ogres turn up. Oh, one tries to catch a boulder and is crushed under it.
Loser.
You guys, that collapse easily kills a whole bunch of orcs. And you see the remaining orcs behind it. You actually see the ranks starting to break in the distance as the rest of the orcs are just getting ready to charge forward. With the orcs lack in skill, they make up for in aggression. But the downside of that is that when they see their buddies getting killed, they want in the fight. And they're not going to wait for their orders.
But they also are now going to have to climb over this massive mound.
Absolutely. You see them charging towards it, but even as the first ones get to it, they're having to slowly, clamber over, and then a few orcs get behind them, and some of them get a little trampled as they're trying to clamber over this pile of rock and orc.
Should we reform the tower shortly behind this now newly created rubble after the dust settles, or before the dust settles, and then be doing the same thing? There's a barrier, and we're picking them off.
It'll be wider here, right? We were at the narrowest part.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's pretty wide here now, so you guys, your plan was to fall back to the river gatehouse.
Right, but if everything is collapsed, and they have to get over this, that's still, you know what I'm saying?
You're saying while they're climbing over the rocks, we can pick
Yeah,
them
every
up?
time they crest, there's a chance for us to kill them, and they can't do anything about it.
See that? We could
Why
just
don't we
maybe
just
form a
do the
line
tower?
and shoot at them until they gain ground on us and then keep running?
I like that plan.
Okay.
All right.
Let's go on horseback.
Yeah, y'all are on your horses.
I guess my idea was that if we did it from the tower, we'd have a visual advantage.
Yeah, but the tower slows us
My
down.
concern is if we put the tower up and they go past us, then we're stuck, or we have to abandon the tower if we really die.
Could also get trapped in there.
Yeah, you all are able to line up on your horses now. You're all at right there, and form a line.
Reform the line!
And start just picking off orcs until enough are starting to make it over this pile of rubble.
Yeah.
That you need to retreat, and so you ride off towards the gatehouse. We're gonna come out of initiative now.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go total
I'm
up
gonna-
how many orcs you killed before you collapsed the thing. So where are we?
Many.
I'm gonna back. Rogar, we lost the pass. What's going on?
Hold on, I'm totaling up how many orcs you killed. 11,
Yeah, yeah.
12, 13,
Falling back to the
14,
gatehouse.
15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 52, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54. It looks like
It's a
the
lot.
grand total is, before collapsing, is 60 orcs that you were able to take down. 60 plus the collapse,
Plus the NPCs.
plus NPCs, plus arrows
Yeah.
while they're cresting the ridge. You've done some work.
A battalion?
Battalion's like 400.
Don't ask questions.
I'll let you know after.
I'll happily sell them 2 more passes for the same price.
All right.
Unfortunately, our pass inventory is a little depleted right now.
You've got no more passes, but you do have
A bridge.
Bridge.
a bridge. All right.
How sturdy is that bridge tower?
Decently sturdy, made of stone and stuff.
Tower sturdy?
Koro, send class feature ahead and send word to the people at the tower, Baron's men, to be ready to raise the bridge behind us.
Yo, got it. Do that.
Vroom, vroom. You guys are riding up there. You see class feature fly ahead.
I'm gonna actually outrun class feature since we're on horseback, but
You
I guess
actually-
whoever gets there first.
Don't see class feature fly ahead because class feature's invisible.
Class feature can fly 60 feet in a turn, and horses, I think, are 45.
Nope, horses are 60, I do
Is
believe.
class feature
No.
60? That doesn't sound right.
Regardless, class feature makes it ahead, says, the British are coming. I mean, the party is coming. The party is coming. You all ride across the bridge, and just as the last of you is making it onto the drawbridge, you see it starts to rise.
Connor.
Great.
Until, it seals shut.
How high in feet is this thing?
This river's pretty damn wide.
No. How high in feet is this thing?
The tower or the drawbridge?
Tower.
So the river is... Sorry, let me math. The river's like 150 to 200 feet wide, depending where you measure. Probably 150 because they would build the bridge at the short point. The tower is taller than the drawbridge because the whole drawbridge comes up, and if the drawbridge is 150 feet, then the tower is... Well, I guess the drawbridge would probably be a half and half. So the 75 feet.
75.
So the tower's a little under 100 feet.
It's really big.
Yeah.
How is it seem well fortified, or has it been significantly damaged?
It's been pretty damaged from the first time the orcs attacked.
Is my tower better?
Both towers are pretty badly damaged.
Tower on top of
Your
tower.
your tower has the tower on this side of the right. Okay, so we've got the gatehouse, and there are towers on this side and this side. The ones on this side, pretty damaged by the orcs. The ones on this side, by the time the orcs got over here, they were more interested in the city. So these ones are in decent shape.
Oh, okay, cool. So this is fairly easily fortified.
Yeah.
All right, great.
All right. This time we're not going to do initiative order. I'm going to just go round robin, and you guys are going to tell me what you're going to do to help defend this river from the orcs.
Alright.
So let's start with you, Theo.
Well, you got any ideas?
All right, well, let's start with
I mean, the river is
Lincoln,
a
because
pretty
Lincoln is
fast.
the typical idea guy, and you guys can go off of him.
Oh, Eridan's got an idea. Eridan's the general here.
Oh, let's go to Eridan.
Oh, well, I want to make sure they can't just get the drawbridge from the other side, too, if it's 50-50. I'm worried that there's a control
It
over
doesn't
there.
make
Was
sense
there?
to me that it's 50-50. 150 feet is not that big of a deal. But,
Yeah? One single 150-foot thing.
yeah.
It's pretty damn big.
That's
Yeah.
huge.
That's what she said.
There's a lot of torque.
They're each 75 feet. They have been raised. You're able to lock your side. You think they could break the mechanism and lower their side, but
Okay.
they will
Another
not be able to
halfway
lower
across a
your side.
rushing river.
Yes.
Okay. That's all I want to check. Lincoln, go ahead.
I'm gonna call Rogar and say, we've fallen back from the pass to the bridge. Situation in the city?
We're still mopping up zombies over here. We
We'll
need a
take
bit more time before we can amass a force to help you.
It's all right. We'll hold this. We'll take reinforcements anytime you can send them.
And he says, I should be able to send a battalion your way.
Perfect.
A battalion
I also-
is 400 men.
That's great. I'd also like to know, what's the range on his ship's siege weapons?
Pretty decent.
Would one need to come up the river to be in range?
A bit of a ways, but not too far.
When he's got a minute.
He says,
Not too close. Close enough
says-
it can escape, but
I've already got them starting up the engines.
fantastic. And then I guess arrows when they're in range.
All right. Quaros.
Yeah, I mean, I'm tapped out spell-wise, so class feature circling above kind of their side, keep an eye on what they're doing, and I'll be blasts.
All right. And then Theo, anything in particular you want to do to defend this crossing?
Put some ball bearings next to the cliff.
Honestly,
You'll get one.
yeah, I mean, can I get ready to drop ball bearings down off the edge if they end up getting over here?
Sure.
Like, I'll
Just got
set
a
it up.
bucket on the edge.
You've got a bucket of ball bearings right on the edge of the parapet, such that
I'm-
you could just bump it and it would...
I'm pretty hyped. TBH.
Hooked up with the string on the door hinge like to Home Alone.
After I
You've
set
got to
that
connect
up-
to the drawbridge, that if the drawbridge goes down, it pulls the bucket off with it.
And then one orc will trip and be trampled by his friends.
We'll see. After I set that down, though, is it possible? Like, are there some extra weapons around, like a bow or some arrows?
I
I
can
live
give
in
you-
nothing ranged.
I have a short bow I can give you.
Wow, really?
Yes.
Fine. I don't want it.
All right. Sorry.
Longbow or nothing.
You say I need a bow, and one of the men says here, and he tosses you his longbow
Thanks.
and a quiver.
Thanks.
How does that make you feel, Aaron?
Inadequate?
Too short, not long enough.
Your weapon's too small.
I mean, the girth of the bow is really more important.
Anyway, Theo.
I mean, I thought that
Or
would take
not a
my whole,
bower.
I figured that would take my whole turn.
All right. We're not really doing turns. All right. So after a bit of time, you see this battalion of men coming up behind you. 400 men. Various states of trained and not trained. But they are forming ranks along the sides of this river. A few of them come up in the tower, but mostly they're just forming a line along the edge of the river and readying their bows. In the distance, you see the thundering hordes of orcs. Pretty thin, because they come over the pass that you've collapsed, and they come out bit by bit there, and then sort of spread out as they're charging down this road towards this river. And the battle begins. Arrows starting to come out. No orcish arrows coming in return. These orcs are on foot. They're running. Disorganized, absolutely.
Idiots.
So you're able to thin them out pretty well. Then, as they get much closer, you see some of them swarm the towers. And after a bit of time, that side of that drawbridge does begin to come down.
It's okay.
On the far side.
On the far side, yeah, the far drawbridge.
Great, sitting ducks. We pick them off.
It comes down, and as it's coming down, you see some orcs running up over it, climbing over the top of it, trying to jump across, not nearly jumping far enough, getting swept away in the current. You see a bunch swarming out onto the bridge, and then, it gets a bit packed on there, and some get pushed off into the water.
Do we have fire arrows? Can we light that wooden plank on fire?
You could attempt it. You think there's a lot of water rushing around, so...
I say we attempt it.
All right. Why don't you roll me a d20?
For what? Just odds?
Just
For
if
odds.
it catches.
Shouldn't that be a
Make a fire.
D100?
Yeah, roll me a d100 if you want. I don't know.
Fine, very well. I'll do that.
Yeah. That's what I'll do.
It doesn't quite catch. You able to light a dude on fire, and he falls into the river and is carried away.
Does Burnham have control?
I don't have Burnham's spell list in front of me.
Burnham's been called away to help with some other defense.
Burnham is down and giving orders to the men along the water and lining up their ranks. Aridin, anything special you want to do?
If it looks like there are any orcs that are standing around looking at the mechanism of the drawbridge and actually using their brains, I want to shoot them.
All right, you see a few, on the tower, lining up shots, sort of aiming at the chains and stuff.
Yeah,
And
no, that's one. Kill it.
just every time you see one, paying attention to the chains of your drawbridge. Wha-ding, wha-ding.
Targeted strikes.
All right.
Cool.
Koros, anything special you want to do?
No, I don't think so, other than actually spend a fair amount of time looking at class feature and trying to keep an eye on what's going on in their side.
Yeah, class
Just
feature watching
seeing
the other
sort
side.
of
So class
movement or
feature
whatnot.
takes a wide pass again over the orcs and sees that they're really still struggling to get through this pass, and their numbers are thinned out, and they're not acting in concert as they had before when they were much more formidable. You see the ogres aren't making it over this pass at all. You see a few slowly trying to trudge through the river.
They're going to be a bit.
They're going to be a bit. And you actually see this floating necromancer, Ruspal, with his staff, turn and float away.
Yes.
Away what direction?
Leaving
Very
to the
good or
east.
very bad.
Okay.
That's my east. He can't go there.
I'm going to tell everyone that it looks like the leader is bailing. Which is obviously well, I shouldn't say obviously, potentially a good thing.
Yeah.
Are you telling all of us?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell them.
Comms.
Yeah, and I'll relay it to Rogar too.
Okay, that cut out mostly, but you're going to
Relay to
relay it to the
Rogar?
party and Rogar.
Yes.
That Ruspal is leaving. All right. Nadam, anything special?
Instruct, now that we have these 400 dudes who are pouring arrows across the river, instruct some of them to, if they can, build some kind of fiery badness just on this side of the drawbridge in case our chains get cut.
All right, that starts getting
And
built.
everybody else,
They start building up some flammable shit. All right. Just then, you guys are doing a pretty good job thinking out these hordes. There's getting to be a pretty good-sized group of orcs amassing on the other side by the towers. Aha! I just got word from Burnham.
Burnham, you have an ability?
He has control water. And so what he does is all these orcs are starting to amass on the bridge around these towers, and whoosh, you see the river come up and swell and grow larger on its east bank and sweep a huge number of these orcs away into the river. Some of the orcs
chewed up by dwarven ship props.
Yeah. At that same time, you see these big dwarven ships. You see two of them coming down the river towards this gatehouse. And these are two with the artillery on them, the big old catapults on the ship. And you see they're loaded up and they're coming down the, upriver rather. And whoosh-zoom, whoosh-zoom, they start flinging these big old rocks into the orcish forces. And just taking out chunks of them in the distance. Does anyone have any other really cool things they want to do in this combat?
Really cool things. If there was enough of a group of people and I thought I could project my voice enough over the river, I was gonna yell at them and just be like tell them even your leader is fleeing before the might of Angate reclaimed.
Excellent.
You should leave, you suck. And if you stay, you'll just be food for my crows.
Loud cheers from your side of the river. Anyone else?
That's it. I stab stuff.
All right.
Nope.
With that, you are able to send back the orcish forces. It takes a good amount of time, but you see the sun rising up in the northwest. Coming up over that mountain, you see that the light over behind the fort. These ships come in, and Class Feature sees in the distance the remaining orcish forces. Many of them split ranks and charged in and got picked off one by one, and the rest retreat with Ruspal to fight another day.
You did it.
Stupid cowards.
When you all come back to the city, you see that it seems like though these zombies were, not low power, they seem to have done a lot of damage to the city even further. Rogar calls you to his ship. You guys are back over by that map table. You have the various generals are there. Zaberdoste, captain of the guard at Fort Armand Burixgel, is there. Silric, leader of the Thieves Guild, is there. And as a group, they sort of come to the conclusion. We'll roleplay it out. Rogar starts asking Zaber and Silric, because they were there when the attack, what happened? What happened to the forces of Azemar, the Red Mages? As much as I hate them, they're a powerful fighting force. They fought back the dwarves in their time. Why didn't they fight off the orcs?
Good question.
Silric, Zaber says, for a time they did. They fought back some orcs here and there, a few forces, but then, after some time, the Empire pulled them out, retreated. stopped fighting.
Is this the general dude?
Yeah, Zaberdoste.
Right.
Silric chimes in and says, it was when the Emperor lost his son.
Is that a thing we would know about?
No.
I think we know about out of character.
Out of character, you know a bit about, but in character, no.
I'll say, how do you know this?
And he says, I have a man in Azai. I get word.
Dude, is this Silric guy just my character from that other game?
I get word of what's going on in the court. As I understand it, the Emperor's second son was stationed in the asylum at Orem.
Oh shit.
And when the supply lines were cut off, they abandoned the asylum. He was lost to madness. The Emperor was devastated and called back his forces, gave up on West Azemar, left it to the orcs.
So do we know for sure if he died? Because there are definitely some crazy dudes out there. We had one in our group.
Why would you say that?
You had a mad mage in your
I
group,
mean, this alternate reality is very confusing, but
and he
may have
didn't
dabbled
murder
in
all of
insanity.
you.
Know you not how we came here? Know you not that we are from another plane?
No, I do not know.
Well, now you know. And you're in the know. And what you need to know is that the way we are here, this flesh I am wearing is not my own.
Okay,
Yeah,
that
this
makes
is
it sound a lot
not
creepier than it
Yeah.
is.
Theo?
You know what? I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of secrets, okay? We are just laying fucking down right now, okay?
Listen, the people with these bodies were totally cool with us taking them.
We were transported here by a god. You think my brother and I come to be wonderful, incredible warriors in this plane alone? Nay. We have chased a horrible enemy across many realities, and it has led us here. And we have come to your aid since we happen to be in the area.
And he says, good to have demigods on our side in that case.
The gods only transported us. The point is, one of our parties, the body he inhabited, was one of the sickened mages, addicted to this substance of some kind. And yes, he fled, succumbed to his addiction and madness. The Emperor's son was not the only one lost.
And he says, interesting. Interesting indeed. And Rogar says, as much as I hate to say it, if we want to win this war, we're gonna need it to be fought on multiple fronts. We need the red mages to be coming in from the east to pressure the orcs from that side. We need to see what can be done
Makes sense.
to bring them back into this war. And he says,
What connection do we have to them from here?
We
If any.
do have a connection, Theo.
he says, I've got the casualty numbers here. And he pulls over a scroll, and there's already been several hundred men lost to this surprise attack.
But
You
this is
all,
by the zombie orcs, right?
by the zombie orcs, you all came in with roughly 8,000 human soldiers and 1,800 dwarves. And between the two groups, you've already lost 1,000 men.
Ugh.
The surprise attack really was what did it. You lost some men in the initial battle.
But it was a token force of orcs here to lure us into the city.
Exactly.
I need
Took the
to.
bait.
I'm gonna say. I need a minute. Like I need time with y'all. Like I need time with Lily needs time with the party to talk about some stuff. But basically what I want to know is, like, is there a version of Unbreakable Vow? Because I need to be able to trust all these people. I need to be able to trust Silric. I need to be able to trust all these people. I need to know that we're all on the same side, because I don't have time to worry about their shit if I'm going to go to the east.
Quest is the name of the spell. I do
In
believe.
character, out of character, you cannot trust Sylvic.
Why? Just because he's incredibly shady?
Just he's clearly a criminal.
Just because he says everything from under a hood and twiddles his fingers?
Geas, I have no idea how to pronounce it. Geas is a 5th level spell.
I said Geas, but I don't actually know.
Geas that you can for 30 days make someone make a like an unbreakable vow.
I'd like to take the time to prepare that, because if we are going to be sent far and away, I need to know that I can trust this group.
It's
Yeah.
Irish, so it's Gesh.
Yeah, I was going to say it doesn't sound right. It's probably something.
It's Irish and it's Gesh.
Mm-hmm.
That's so cool. It's also the spell is
The
also
dwarves are Scottish.
sometimes called Quest.
Okay.
All
I mean,
right.
I'll consult with Burnham and Irina and my brother. And
Rogar also his court wizards can prepare a Gesh.
Well, I just want to know if anybody I know can do this. Anybody I trust.
All right.
This army we held off. About 5,000 or so orcs.
Mhm.
What does an orc field army look like? Like if they come back, are they coming back with 30,000? Like if you hunker down here at Endgate, or we go try to open the second front, you're gonna be here when we get back.
Rogar says we've sent ahead some spies, and with Silric's informants, and with some scrying spells, we've been able to piece together a small picture of what's going on throughout the realm. The orcs have taken much of West Azemar, the countryside ravaged, farming villages all ruined. The city of Zengrada has been taken. Zengrada is a large city to the south, probably the largest city in West Azemar. Bigger than Angate, though comparable in importance. He says, they don't appear to have crossed south through the Rhine, and so Selenay is fine. I wish I could put this map in front of you guys. I don't have it in Roll20 right now. I don't have it for the viewers, but I can send a link to those of you in Slack to follow along. Viewers, I will post a map of Azemar later. So y'all can follow along on there. I sent you a link. So the picture he paints is that the cities of Islith, Gatride, Velden, Cavito, Kalen, and Zengrada all taken. Some of those are smaller cities or even villages. Zengrada is a big city.
Wait, they're taken by orcs?
Have been taken by orcs, yeah.
Sorry, Zengrada, Velden, Kalen, Cavito?
And Gatride.
Oh.
Those have all been taken. The Rhine appears to have held. And the mountain range that forms the Rhine, the orcs haven't been able to cross it just yet, though they do believe that they intend to continue south to the city of Selenay. To the free city of Selenay is what it's called.
Has Getriade
Gatride.
has Getride been taken?
Gatride has been taken.
Out of character, I have a talk I can do with Silric to see if it has any effect. If we don't have time to do this by magical means, but
All right. They say, as far as they can tell, Rusbal has focused his power and his assemblage of armies at Zengrada. They appear to be building things there. They don't really know what just yet. That's the word they've been able to get back. Rokai is on the top of a big ol' cliff, and so they haven't been attacked by the orcs just yet. And that's the picture that's been painted. All in all, there are a lot of orcs, and they filled this whole area. Tens of thousands of orcs, but never more than 5,000 or 10,000 in a group.
Where were they before coming to take these cities?
Far to the north, in Itzel.
And they've all just been led down by this roost ball.
So it seems.
Is let's
Actually, Silric corrects that, and he says, no, the orcs came down before Roospal arrived. The orcs flooded south, took Islith and Gatride. It wasn't until Roospal showed up that their ambitions grew stronger, and they held the cities they took, including Zengrada, and until now, Angate.
I see.
It seems strange that the orcs are so devoted to a non-orc.
Agreed.
It implies his hold on them might be magical.
Perhaps.
Could be.
He does wield a staff that, as far as we can tell, among other things, allows him to command groups of orcs with ease.
What are they suggesting a plan of action?
Not yet, but at this point, what's his name? Zaber, Doste, will say, I think we should shore up Angate, rebuild our defenses, prepare for further orcish attacks, and if they do not come, we'll need to amass an army and march out. Islith could be our first target to take back.
How many days' journey is it to Islith?
9 days? 10 days? Maybe
Islith
less.
would give us a way to resupply Rokai.
You can't... That river has a bunch of waterfalls on the far end.
Then
But
never
you could
mind.
get pretty close.
You'd have to go through the Tride. We're not concerned about Zengrada? Didn't you say they're interested in that?
Zengrada's been taken. The orcs are actually there. They're building there. I'm not sure what they're building, but they're building.
I'm concerned about that.
Rogar says, I agree. Zengrada should be an important objective. But first, we need to secure some supply lines. We don't have a big enough army to attack the orcs at Zengrada yet. And we'll need a distraction. If we can get those red mages, gods forgive me, to
It's okay.
to attack from the east, we can force the orcs. We can force the orcs' hand, get them to pull their forces away.
I agree.
Where do you suggest we begin looking?
Rogar says, well, according to Silric, the mages themselves are based in Isik, and the Emperor sits in Azai.
Well, I know where this
The
is.
map, zooms out, and you see very far, to the north and east, very, very far away, the center of the Empire, the capital city of Azai, and its sister city that houses the arcane circle of the Red Mages in Isik.
So we'll have to convince the Emperor to give a crap.
Aye.
It
I think
could-
that'll be easier with a few more victories under our belt.
True.
could-
Perhaps.
and it could
In your
take.
teleportation circle? Go ahead.
And he says, the teleportation circle is still recharging, and is not able to do great distances,
How
such as that. I'd be prepared. It'll take us some time to rebuild Endgate, to reamass our forces, to prepare the bridges. Lincoln gives me a great point. The circle trades range for precision. That far away, you're not really sure where you'd land.
Fair.
I can give you a ship with a full complement of crew. That's 150 dwarves. And send you south around the Cape of West Azemar, and to the free city of Selenay, or down to Alcazar or Narbonetta, anywhere where you can make land, and then bypass the orcs and head north to Azai.
Why not go north?
Why not go north?
Well, they came from Itzel. I would be concerned about going into those lands.
I mean, sail north. Go around that peninsula.
That it's not great sailing out there.
Fair.
What's the in Africa, the Cape of Good Hope? It's really shitty sailing.
The Cape of Good Hope is bad. The Cape Horn is worse.
Cape
Cape
Horn.
Horn
That's
is
the
what I
one.
was thinking of.
Cape Horn.
Okay.
Yeah.
good
So
to know. Nasty stuff up there.
nasty to sail around Itzel.
Even
We could
so,
have stopped at the Dragonborn tribes and say hi to my fam.
even so, this ship will take months.
He says, "I."
We need aid now.
If you've got
This
if you've got ideas, I'm all ears.
is the time scale that these wars take place on.
You said the Rhine is
I might be
secure,
able
right?
to-
Indeed.
Go there, get some allies, get some supplies.
Getting there is the problem.
Well, it wouldn't be too hard if we could go to Selenay.
Yeah, that could be another
What about
front. If we sail to
You cut out there,
about what?
Bobby. You cut out.
I was good if we sail to Selenay and convince them to maybe try a little, hit and run guerrilla stuff to the south. At least some people are distracted while we move further inland from there. Seems like the goal at this point is hold Endgate like some sort of Calais and just keep it as long as we can while we build things up around it.
Yeah.
We keep pulling on the distractions as we move in.
You have I completely lost the last sentence you said, but you were saying hold Angate. What they'll tell you, looking at this map, the downside of Angate is that there's not a lot of mobility from Angate around to different places. There is one road that leads out of Angate to the east, and it's flanked by mountains and goes through that valley. There's not a lot of access to the rest of West Azemar. At this point, Zeberdoste says, but that's where you're wrong, and he points on the map, and he says, there are caves in the mountains
Oh my god.
that can take you under the mountains to the south and pop you out, and he points into that little river valley area between Cavito, Velden, and Gatride.
Does he say that his cousin Balin will give us a warm welcome?
He says his cousin Nelab will give you a warm welcome on the other side of the caves. No, but he describes the caves, and he says they're not well mapped out, but they could allow us to strike out at Cavito and Velden, at some of these smaller villages, at these orcish forces, and then retreat back to
drain the
Endgate.
resources. Keep them defensive. Forage for supplies for us too.
Indeed.
I say
We could take
silver.
any farms that are still operating there. We could take food, take caravans.
Silric,
Yes.
can you spread word of our victory? Any cities where you have contacts, start rumors and stories about how Angate has been retaken, and that any refugees looking to join the fight should come home.
I could send a few ravens.
Excellent.
And Rogar turns back to Theo and says, so what about it? Will you take the ship south?
I think we need to make contact with these other groups.
I will do what you think is best, as best I can. Before I leave, I need a word with Silric.
Be my guest.
I'm gonna step out with and see if you follow.
You can step out with Silric.
I want to go to a place where I know we won't be overheard.
Absolutely.
Switch off your comms.
Basically, yeah.
You take your badge off.
You take the bit of wax out of your ear.
The whole time of this
Yeah.
conversation, we all get it.
I'm gonna.
Don't tell anyone.
I mean, I don't know if he is, but I'm like covered in gore still. I imagine,
Mm-hmm.
and I haven't had time to clean up.
No, not really.
So
A bit,
I'm gonna go into this room wherever we are, and I'm gonna lay my great sword on the table between us, and I just want to lay it out with him and be like, we owe you a great debt. This victory, if you can call it that, with all these losses, does belong to you and your forces. But if we need to, what is this? What are we retaking? I guess we're rebuilding the empire?
Rebuild a kingdom, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if we're rebuilding a kingdom and I'm being sent off to God knows where, I need to know that I can trust you. I need to know that I can leave you behind and you'll keep your word.
He says, what assurances can I give you? Angate is my city just as much as anyone else's. I want to see it rebuilt.
You may have the past of a thief, but I think you have the future of a politician.
He says, I generally prefer to be behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes or out in front, you have much control and much wisdom, and you know a great deal about this city and the losses recently suffered. And your guidance will be needed in rebuilding this place.
You flatter me.
I flatter you only to bring you low. If you betray me, if you betray these people who've already suffered such hardships, I know you have as well, know this. Know that I will find you, and I will flay you, and I will destroy anything you have left to love. I have traveled across many planes and many worlds to protect everything I hold dear. And I
don't play.
will destroy you. And I need you on my side.
And he says, he swallows for a moment and then says, point taken. I'll take good care of your city.
It was never mine. And then I'll leave. I just need to lay down the law with this bitch because I don't have time to worry about his loyalty.
All right.
I literally don't have time.
You just threatened to flay somebody.
You know what? It's been a long day, okay?
Any other things that folks want to tie up?
Question.
Yes.
Was Esmeralda human?
Esmeralda is
He's a
human.
goat.
She's Vistani.
Okay.
Why do you ask?
Because I have a way for you to talk to her.
No.
Excellent. We'll figure that out next week.
Okay.
Anything else anyone's got?
I want to do some fun stuff. We can do that later.
All right, we can
And Brandon should probably be here.
chat about it between weeks, and then we can do it at the beginning of next week. So I think that's where we're going to leave our party tonight. Thank you all for tuning in. Sorry for the bits of technical difficulties there. I think hopefully next Wednesday we should have everything put together. No commitments for sure. We might have to cancel next Wednesday because Lil and I are moving and we'll have to set up our computers. So if we have moved sufficiently by Wednesday, there will be a stream. If not, it'll be the next Wednesday. We'll post and we'll let you know one way or the other. My players, please do send me your rose, thorn, bud. That is the thing you liked, the thing you didn't like, and the thing you're looking forward to. Viewers, thank you for watching. Please comment on the video, message the page, give us your feedback. With that, we'll see you all next week. Bye-bye now.